Hi everyone, welcome back to Muscular Development. My name is Lauren Latta. I am the host of the Buff Bombshell show, and today I am with Carly Thornton, IFBB Wellness Pro.
Hello, how are you again?
I'm good, Carly. How are you doing?
Absolutely fantastic, thank you.
So you guys, Carly has traveled all the way from London to do this podcast with me, and I'm super grateful. And I wanted to get Carly's insights on fitness and business, or specifically business in fitness, because you've really been through it all. You've seen a lot of the fitness industry, fitness modeling, owning your own brand, and now competing and working. And I think a lot of people can get something out of this. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, well, firstly, thank you for inviting me down.
No problem. Yeah, you can even stay over if you want, so that's okay. So I have got quite a few questions I want to ask Carly, but before I do, I just want to quickly let you know that we did do an episode together a few weeks ago, and in that episode, we really covered how Carly started Glutewear. And why she started Glutewear and what the message behind the brand was. So I'd love for you to go and watch that one too if you haven't already seen it, because this is really a follow-on episode to that. But before I do, I want to quickly just give Carly the floor over here and just explain to you what Glutewear is about. And in case you haven't seen that episode or don't know anything about the brand, Carly, please can you tell us what Glutewear is all about?
It's about empowering every single woman to feel confident in their own skin and to have clothes that fall correctly when training and out and about, but generally for just every woman to come together, join together, support each other and lift each other up. Every single person goes through different adversities throughout their life, and we overcome all of these different challenges. So Glutewear just doesn't represent an item of clothing. It represents a lot more than that. And that's where we got the name from, the Strength Beauty Power. And we had the Strength Beauty Power events because it's just supporting all of us women together to join forces and say, you know what, you're going through something, it's absolutely okay, and you're going to be stronger and rise from it. You're going to learn, you're going to fail, you're going to grow, you're going to explore. And that's part of Glutewear. So when you put on your Glutewear, you're not only feeling empowered because of the clothing, but because it represents so much more to you than anything else. So when you're putting it on them and you're going to the gym, you're thinking, you know what, I can do this.
It's a beautiful message. That is really beautiful. And one of the things I've always really admired about Glutewear is that you've really encompassed every sort of shape and size through the style of your clothing. You know, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what shape you are, what stage you are in fitness. It's there as a place, and there's an item for everyone. And I think that's been, you've shown that really well through your messages, which I think is quite beautiful.
Yeah, and because I come from the bodybuilding industry, I understand how clothing falls on a female. Right. I know that how you want to feel when you put on something. The fabric is very important because you want to feeling and you want to feel confident. There's certain elements to a clothing for a fitness woman, how we train, things fall differently on the physique than they do for someone who isn't into fitness. So it's bringing something to everyone. If you're a beginner in the gym or you're advanced, there's the clothing fits you immaculately. The fabric is phenomenal, and you just feel confident in it, and that's what you want to feel. You want to feel confident and empowered every day of the darn week.
I totally agree. I want to feel confident and beautiful and just beauty, strength, and power. And that is a very, like I said before, it's a beautiful message. And I'm very happy that you've stayed true to that. So that's really cool. And now I want to sort of get into talking about branding with fitness, because with that message that you've had, it's been very strong ever since you started.
Yeah.
And you have never lost sight of that. And I just want to ask you, as sort of a micro entity or like business me, how did you come up with the branding part of it, and how important is it to carry on, you know, bringing that message through from now until how long Glutewear will carry on for?
First of all, it's very important that you remember your ethos and your why, because there's so many different brands always coming up that it's easily to get sidetracked and compare yourself to other people, but then you're wasting that energy that you could utilize on your business to grow it. So it's really good to do your research at the same time, so you know you're very aware of what's going on in the world, but at the same time bring your own flavor to it, because you as a brand, people are going to come to you for something different, or what you represent and what your passion is as a company and how you want to grow it. When it comes to building the team, as we were talking about, you know, it was about 6 months into Glutewear. Initially, I was doing it myself. I think we spoke about it in the first episode. I was doing it myself, and that was in my own home. And I was going to the post, and they were literally, honestly, the customers weren't very happy because I had my big black sacks looking like Santa. And then it came to 6 months where the business had built up so much that it was time for me to transition and look at bringing people on board, bringing my team. And then that's when we grew the warehouse. I have my social media team. I have my marketing team. I have my customer service team. So we have all different, and you for you to grow as a business, you have to take a step back sometimes, and then you have to understand that, you know what, you can't do everything. You have your own personal strengths, and other people have their strengths, and that's where you build the team. They're people that have got their own strengths in what they do, and then you can delegate different things to different people, and you can focus on building the brand, what you're good at. And I think that's very important. I mean, you know, we all want to be a superhero and a superwoman and think we can do everything, but you can't build a company alone. And it's that simple.
I think that is quite important. And I do feel like with where I'm at the moment, I have to sort of bring someone on at least to help me with certain things that I'm definitely not very good at, or outsource for more time, because there comes a point when your time cannot be spent doing everything, and you have these zones of genius which everyone has, and like Carly said, like one person will be exceptional at something, and then they will be really bad maybe at math, but that's okay, because at the end of the day we all have strengths with something, and the only way to grow and to, I guess, scale would be to bring other people on board. And with that scaling for you, how did you go about picking your team, and how important is it to find sort of that right fit for you?
Funny enough, the team that I have, I've known throughout the years. For Katie, who is my customer service, she actually initially came to me for posing when she was in figure. And then we were speaking, and then that's when I got to know her a little bit more. And I thought, you know what, this girl, I want her as part of the team. Very, very good girl, very trustworthy. You know, she has a lot of good qualities of her that I'd like to, you know, utilize as well. And then we have Ella, who's on our social marketing team now.
I've met Ella.
Yeah, Ella has probably been with Glutewear on the social media team for probably 3 months. 2 to 3 months. She was an ambassador. And then I got to know her a little bit more as a person, which I like to do with all my ambassadors, and see where they're at and what, you know, how we can bring them on further into the team. Because for me as an ambassador, which is fantastic, it's phenomenal to be, but I know that everyone has their own strengths. So when I'm looking at my ambassadors, I like to get to know them, to think, right, how can you grow with us even more?
Right.
And then you have Crystal, and then Crystal's an ambassador, and then I got to know Crystal further, and she's phenomenal at graphics. So she does a lot of the Glutewear graphics now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So, you know, she's been doing that for probably about a month now, and she does our newsletters. So there's, you know, as I say, I like to get to know the team so we can see how we can grow together, and then utilize their strengths.
Wow. So it's all just sort of happened quite organically.
Yeah.
And they've all kind of fit in.
Yeah, in their little boxes.
Really good.
So we're growing the team. But what I do want to highlight is that when you're initially growing a business, to grow it, you may not make money instantly. You may not make money after a couple of years. You have to graft. You have to work hard, and don't look for instant money or anything like that, because as say Gary Vee would say, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And that's part and parcel of it. But the ones that are going to do well were keep on grafting and slowly build a business and investing in the business.
That's really interesting. So with the beginning stages of Glutewear, did you find yourself reinvesting a lot of maybe items back into Glutewear just to keep it growing?
Always investing in more staff, investing in products, investing in more marketing material, always pumping it back in to grow the business even further.
So just make sure that it carries on growing. I think that's really kind of an interesting point as well, just because you don't want it to stop.
No.
And you've come so far from, like, I remember the first pair of leggings I ever got, and these ones were iconic to me because they were probably one of the first set of gym leggings I ever owned that had the scrunch butt, because I never saw anything like that.
The small scrunch butt at the time.
I never ever saw anything like that. And I remember thinking, oh, I really wanted a pair of leggings like this. And my friend Kerry, she knew about you and she told me about Glutewear. And she loves you. But she told me about these Glutewear leggings. I was like, okay, I gotta try this now. So I got the mall grey ones in my first ever set ever. And I remember thinking, like, okay, this is different. And I wore them to Body Power, and like I must have worn them out, because when you really love a pair of article item, I wish I had it, but I wore mine out a lot. But I can remember what the first set was like to now, and the difference in the quality as well. Everything has just been upgraded.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That's what I do have customers still come to me and go, I have the first pair. But it's you're evolving in different ways. So how can we make the quality even better? Is there different fabrics that are out now? Because the whole world's continually evolving, and you have to evolve with it. On a fast rate, because if you don't, then someone else is. And it comes to even, you've got obviously the website, and this is actually, say, the old website now. You can't see the new website because it's being built. Nice. But again, we're evolving again with the website. This is the third different revamp of the website, and the new revamp of the website will be coming probably at the end of March. Ooh. So we're continuing, revamping it. Like, how I think to myself, how can we make it more user friendly? How can it be easier for a customer to search for something, to click on it? How do they know what sizes, what colours? All of these things you're thinking about, and how you can evolve. But it's you look at your budgets, and obviously you can see when a company's growing because of what they're producing at the same time. So you always think, what can I produce with my budget that looks exceptional?
I like it. Yeah, well, you've done a great job with the websites. I kind of remember the early one. I'm excited to see what your new website looks like. It's always improving.
It is. It looks even better than this one. So I can't wait for it to come up, because again, it's more being user friendly to easily buy something, easily know what size and what colours it comes in. So yeah, really excited for that to come up.
I'm not sure. Can I ask if you know this, but do you know what website host you're using? Is it Shopify? Or?
Shopify.
Damn, love it.
Yeah, they have so many different plugins, so many different themes. So they do sting you a little bit. So many plugins. Oh, because you think, right, I want this item on there, or for it to do a certain thing, and it's another plugin.
So for those that don't know what a plugin is, you have to purchase the plugin and then download it to your to your website, and sometimes they cost additional compared to just hosting or owning a website. So you get your website URL, which in this case would be glutewear.com, and then glutewear.com would be hosted on Shopify, and then you pay for a Shopify e-commerce website, and then on top of that you've then got tiny little plugins which each do different things, and those cost additional to be able to make the site more user-friendly and functional. So they never tell you about this stuff when you first get a website. That's what I learned over the last 2 years. And you just think, oh boy, I bought a calendar app for about £60 and I don't even know how to use it, or it didn't work properly. And then you just use Calendly instead, because that one was way more user-friendly. It was awful. I'll never use it again.
I mean, Shopify is good because it's a kind of once it's on there, you've got, you can add different elements to it, so you can always change it. That's the good thing about it. We've also at the end of March bringing out a Glutewear app. So like you get, I don't know, you might get Domino's text you. You can get Glutewear would be texting you with different discounts, offers, giveaways, or an event that we'd be doing. So the app will be coming end of March as well.
That's incredible. Really well done with that.
Really looking forward to that.
That's very cool. I like that. So you guys have got the Glutewear app to sign up to and download, please, and to just like peruse, because that's going to be really cool when it comes out. And
again, it's another easy for the consumer. You'll get the text, and the website straight away. It's like the app looks like the website, so you can buy straight away and purchase with the discount that they're offering at the time, and the discounts are only specific for the app. So
will it be more for shopping, or will you have other elements like more? Can you tell us a little bit more about what other features it might have?
There's a lot of features that you can bring onto it. So we can, if we're doing a collaboration, say for example with someone, we can do it. If we're promoting an event, you can with the app. It looks like the Glutewear website, the new one that's coming, and you can put as many texts, so we say, to your customers, depending on what you want to reach out to them at the time. So it's a very good. We want to use it for obviously a lot of the discounts that we're going to do, VIP discounts, when we're doing events, really pushing out any kind of giveaway or collaboration. So more what the consumer wants to see.
That's incredible. I'm very excited for this, and I will definitely sign up because I like to learn more about applications. So that's very cool. And I'm excited. So that's huge as well, because that's just like, if you just think that's incredible. Yeah, that's so exciting.
Again, it's just about evolution, isn't it? Where the world's going to. We don't click on newsletters as much anymore, and we're always on our phone. So if we're on our phone, how can we reach the consumer quicker?
I didn't think about that. That's incredible. Sometimes I know I have a few different email accounts, and I have a junk one specifically for shopping. And I don't always look at that one because I'm like, okay, it's just my junk kind of email, which I don't want to get mixed up with other stuff. So I think that's a brilliant idea. And you did mention something a little bit earlier, which I just want to quickly touch on, because this to me is so important in terms of, you said there are other brands that can be kind of similar, but you've got to put your own flavor onto it. So how do you, as a brand, then make yourself stand out when there is this sea of competition?
I think everyone's trying to obviously reach out to everyone, and for us, you have to fail, you have to make mistakes, and we brought out something, a color that was very in trend like every other brand is, but our customer base, Glutewear, is different, and you have to remember that you are different. We're a unique brand, and that is one of our selling points. So when we try and then be with the trend, then our consumers possibly won't like it as much, because then we're following instead of being the trend. And I like that. We are the trend. We don't follow. We make the trend.
Wow. So you are totally unique.
Yes, that's and we're having the ethos around it, and being a female professional athlete myself, it's keeping that all of there and building the diversity of, you know, the customer base and the demographic, reaching out to a lot more mums, you know, different body shapes and sizes, showing that, you know, Glutewear is for everyone. It's not just for a specific person. You know, so we're always evolving and thinking, well, what products can we bring out for, you know, different age ranges and demographics. So
I think that's really interesting, because for me, Glutewear is not just about clothing; it's a feeling that you get when you wear the clothes, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like the confidence part of it, and when you are reaching out to maybe different kind of demographics, you've still got that one core kind of element there that I feel like is really, like you said, it's your USP, your uniqueness.
This, for example, say the seamless that we brought out, the way I designed it, I've got a couple of mums that wear it, and they said the reason they like it is because of the way it fits on their stomach. It makes them feel comfortable. Because of obviously having children and whatnot, so they feel comfortable wearing it because it's slightly tighter, it's more compressed. So it's, you know, thinking about different products for different people, isn't it?
Well, I love the seamless one. It cinches everything. It's awesome. Gives you shape and everything. It's great. I think that's awesome. And then from that, you know, like you're standing out with all of this and being your unique self. How do you then deal with competition that maybe either doesn't like what you do, or how they might think, oh, we do this better? How do you deal with that?
Competition in what way?
Competition from similar brands in industry, but who just don't have their separate vision, because there will always be competition, whatever industry you go into. Yeah,
there's always competition, but you always have to remember you're different, so you just move faster. Oh. For me, I progress with my personal development, not just focusing on one business aspect. I focus on my personal growth. And then from there, I'm elevating myself even further. So, you know, someone who's trying to be on par with you, just ride higher.
Get there faster.
Yeah, no, not even get there faster, but just, you know, bring different elements to yourself. So, you know, grow so much as a person that people can't keep up with you.
Oh, and this is another thing that we sort of covered in the last episode, was the topic of mindset and the journey. And you've had a huge fitness journey, and now you've gone into the business journey.
Yeah.
How have you managed to then really focus your time, because you've gone through this journey and you've gone through the personal development part of it by elevating yourself and your business, but that's quite something to do. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like a lot of work.
It is, but if you're not willing to work on yourself, then the business isn't going to progress as well. So for me, I study every day. I study every week still. So I'm making sure that, you know, I'm progressing mentally and I'm using a lot more of my brain in different areas than I ever have done. So I've got more energy and I know what I need to focus on certain days. So if it's me studying, if it's Glutewear, or if it's my business and, you know, my confidence coaching, whatever it is, you know, I'm able to do that because I know how to utilize my energy. I know when to step back. I know when to have me time and me to study. So if I'm progressing as a person, then I can help other people as well.
Wow. And with the studying part of it, is that like a dedicated amount of time every day?
It's not just dedicated. It's probably an hour or 2 hours. Sometimes it will be a whole day. Sometimes on a Saturday we'll do kind of like 4 hours where we really speak about, you know, mindset, a lot of NLP, and really get into deep work. And to be fair, that's probably the most exhausting part of it. Your personal growth is the most important, is more exhausting than actually anything to do with Glutewear.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because when you do, for example, if you go to a therapist or you know, the emotional kind of aspect of that can be really, well, it could be draining for the rest of the day. I don't know about you, but when you start to really dig deep and you think, oh, maybe I've done this because, you know, of this, and it just makes you, it clicks everything to place, but it can be quite...
It does, and it helps with business and everything, because it's different different gestures and different tonalities to use to mean different things. So, and you know how different people in the world, we all use different filters, so we all see the world different. But we can change that, and that's the beauty of it. So when I'm working with all my students, we work on their perspective and how they see things, and work on that in a different way. So, and then obviously that works with building their confidence in different areas that they feel that they lack. So it all works hand in hand, and it does help me progress glutewear at the same time, because I'm more focused. I'm growing up in different ways as well. So
that would be something awesome to add to your app.
Yes.
I would just love to see that. Like, that could help a lot. You know, you could give like positive messages every day, like.
Yeah, that's something we can do potentially, because we had a different app. You may not be aware, but 2 years ago, I think it was just before COVID. Yes, it was, because it was we did a challenge, a fitness challenge, but then we had to really quickly reboot the app because we had to make it all home workouts. That's why it was in COVID, and that had affirmations every day.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is very good. But I do believe there's such a you know, more people, and this is not fact, it's only my opinion, more people do need to work more on their mindset, because obviously, like, everything starts from your mind. You know, it's, if you go into the gym and you're mentally prepared, right, then you're going to pick up that weight and you possibly PB. You know, weight loss, if you tell yourself you're restricting, then, you know, your body's going to show in that way. Whereas you tell yourself, you know, this is a positive goal for your health, for your fitness, and for you to, you know, feel amazing in your own skin, then your body's going to show. It's like an interview, isn't it? If you walk into the interview and you tell yourself you're unconfident, you're going to look unconfident because of your posture and your tone that you're using. Right. So everything starts here with the first 4 inches of your head. So so more people need to look at that, in my opinion, than just physicality.
I think that's great, and that's something that you do work on a lot, and it's really drawn me in, I have to admit, from like your personal kind of journey. And I think it's fascinating. Actually, I do think it's pretty fascinating, and the mind is just so different for everyone, so it's a lot of work to do, but it's good.
It is.
And then my last couple of questions, I'm going to give you 2 more. I would love to know what your biggest failure is, and then finish it off with your biggest win in business.
Oh, biggest failure. That's a tough one, really, because, I mean, there's certain things that have happened in the business, but then I've learned more from it. So I've obviously progressed. I wouldn't say it's a failure. I would just say, just don't hold back, because, you know, I make fast decisions now. Instead of holding back and, you know, what if, just be faster, more focused, more on point. And I wouldn't say anything's a failure, because you're always learning from it, aren't you? So I can't pinpoint a failure that hasn't made me better.
Failing forward.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I like that one. And then your biggest glutewear win to date, or like, it could be something personal or something business, but what was the biggest glutewear win?
Oh, I think every year we have, you know, it's from growing with the website, from reviews from customers, from being present at the Arnold and having phenomenal outcome at the Arnold. It was such a great transition for us. I think there's been so many different wins for myself personally. There has been a lot of wins, because this is the 4th year of Glutewear now. And it's really, you know, really starting to grow rapidly. And for me, because I'm getting more mature myself, I see it in a different way as well. And just really bringing on a lot more women to the team, women, so guys as well, you know, growing the team even further. So it's, you know, and it's just it's taken a lot, and it's come to a point now that it's in a really good position where I have such a phenomenal team with me that it can only grow further.
That's amazing. The biggest Glutewear win is team. This is
Yeah.
great. I like that. It's not just all about you.
No,
I really appreciate
you
that.
have to you're nothing without your team.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was the nicest thing of team is good.
Yeah.
So you guys, that is Carly Thornton. Please make sure to go check out Carly Thornton's Instagram @ and I'm going to redirect you here to Carly Thornton Official on IG. Make sure to go and also check out Glutewear on Instagram, and check out the Glutewear website and the app that's coming in March. Okay,
In March.
because that's really cool. And where else can people find you? Because social media, there are many streams now.
Well, Glutewear is on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Twitter. Our main one is obviously Instagram right now. You know, we're doing a lot more on TikTok, a lot more fun things, showing a little bit more personality, but at the minute it is still Instagram. That's the main one. And then we're working towards different events this year to bring everyone together.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So that is amazing. Please make sure to go check out Glutewear on all the social media channels, or your best one, because you will find them there. Make sure that you just go over and say hi to Carly. And we hope that you enjoy this episode and you got to learn more about not just Glutewear, but also just about business in the fitness industry in general. And I hope that inspired you either to start your own thing or to not quit your own thing.
Definitely don't.
And just, you know, live every day. And for you guys, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Turn on your post notifications. Pick up the newest edition of MD with Brandon Curry on it. And we will see you again next week. All right, you guys. So we're going to do a quick shout out each. And we're going to start off with Carly's one first. So Carly, who are you shouting out today?
So this will be Gary V. With his content. He always keeps it very on trend. He's very to the point with his content. And he says what it is.
Yeah.
You know, he pulls at people's pain points, so a lot of people, like the majority of people, can relate to it. And as I say, he's stuck to his word throughout the X amount of years he's been in the you know, in his professions, and even he brings videos up of what he said 10 years ago and he's still saying it now. So I like the fact that he keeps to his word. He is himself, and, you know, highlighting again the fact that, you know, just be you, follow yours. You don't need to follow a certain trend. And I think that's very important message for people, especially when everyone's flicking through socials so much that they potentially feel like they're not doing enough, or, you know, they need to be like a certain person, and then, you know, you scroll through and he's saying, no, be you. You know, it's pretty simple, and I think that's a very important message to keep on relaying.
Definitely. And that goes to Mr. Gary Vayner, who also does Vayner Media and Vayner Sports, and he started out doing, I think, his parents' wine.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
And he's just he grew that first, and then he did the Vayner Media first, and now he's all kinds of power. So yeah, he's really he's quite interesting. I've listened to a few of his podcasts too, and like you said, he's very to the point. And you used an interesting term, pain point. I never realized that was it was before,
Yes.
but it draws onto the kind of like the harsh reality of what it is. And he makes you see it like, okay, you're not here to blame this or blame that. You are here to just do it, and you know, you're the only person that has the power to change it, so do it, kind of thing. I think he's really cool. Oh, he's really interesting. I need to listen to more of Gary Vayner. Oh, see, like this one, how to stop giving a fudge about what other people think, but I don't know if I can actually show that on MD, so we will skip past the swear word. But that is Gary Vayner, you guys, and you can check him out at Gary V on Instagram. And then my shout out is a lady called Jasmine Star. I have actually shouted her out before, but she is the CEO of Social Curators, which is a marketing platform for businesses. And basically what she does is she shows you how to create content for your social media platforms, which is really interesting, but effective social media planning, so that you're not spending hours and hours of work doing something that is not going to get you a lead or a sale or whatever it is you're trying to do from that one post, which I think is very interesting. And I have learned so much, and I've actually saved myself a lot of time over the last year. So I have actually used this lady's method, and she is just somebody that I kind of do look up to, because she started out as a lawyer, which she hated. Hated doing law, and then she did photography, which was her passion, and through that she kind of through the power of image, I should say, that's where she kind of discovered the whole social media part of drawing people in and kind of like really promoting yourself in the best way. So that was a really interesting kind of personality for me to find. Yeah,
so she's kind of utilized her passion to kind of monetize it.
Her passion, and she really enjoys it.
Yeah, very good.
And she is also quite personal with her journey. You're somebody that likes to share your journey, and she is somebody that also shares a big part of that through the podcasts. Like she actually does a podcast every couple of days, and it is quite interesting for me to hear. And so I definitely highly recommend also checking out Jasmine Star or the Social Curators if you're looking for something to help you with social media if you are terrible at it, because mine changed completely and it saved me so much time. So
yeah, that's fantastic, because I think you you know, it's what you know, people get caught up with what to post, but if you think about social media as your platform, as your catalog, what when someone goes onto your social media, what do they want? What do you want them to see? You know, do you want them to see that you what you do business wise, or is it entertainment? You know, what is your platform? What is the purpose of your platform? And I think once you know your purpose of your platform, then that's when you can start building the content around that.
I like that purpose of platform. Personally, I like my business platform a lot more because I know exactly what to do there. But when it comes to my personal one, that's when it's a bit more difficult. And I actually get social anxiety posting, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to post. Don't
post then. I think a lot of people get that kind of, you know, that feeling of the need to, you know, if it's not for business, then and it's just a personal one, just freely post whenever you want to post. But you know, for business purposes, what's the point of the post? Is it giving me the traction that I want? Is it giving me the outcome that I want? If it's not, why not? So they're things that I look at on my personal one as well. Obviously, it's very, very business related as well. I want to help a lot more people, so you know, with educating and, you know, teaching people along the way, but at the same time promoting Glutewear and, you know, just building the brand of Carly Thornton.
There we go. I like it. Okay, well, I will try my best not to get social anxiety. I'm gonna text Carly if that happens. Okay, you guys, Carly, thank you so much for shouting out and for being here today. I really appreciate it. And I have learned so much, and I hope somebody else got to take away something from this as well.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. And have a very nice, safe drive home, please.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. So you guys, thank you so much for watching Muscular Development and for watching the show. We really appreciate it, and we will see you all again next week. Bye.
See you later.